Well, hello internet, here we are. We have ourselves a vlog ahead of us. This one here is kind of something on my mind, something that I've experienced that I would like to share with y'all. Leave a comment below if you choose. If not, hey, that's okay. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. In our lives we meet, many people. Sometimes these people are good for us. Sometimes they come into our lives and they help us out. They're like with their friendship or with positive support, with good things, as a friend should do. And sometimes they come into your life and they try and mess things up with whatever chaos and confusion is in their life. They try to pass that along and, well, share it with you. Sometimes they come into your life and you can tell that they are hurting, they are struggling, they are having trouble, and you try and help them. And other times, you know, it all turns out to be just an act. And sometimes you just have to walk away and allow them to, well, sink or swim. In my family's lives, we've all been through quite a bit of things. I don't think there's a single member of my extended type of family that hasn't been through something. They all have been there. They've all made their money. They've all lost their money. They've all made their money again. You know, they've all had relationships, had marriages, had kids, you know, lost their relationship, been married, been widowed, been divorced, you know, all that stuff. Been through rough times, had repossessions, had things stolen from them, had things, you know, took, whatever it may be. And some of us have been able to pull through that and become better people at the other end. Some of our family members have took some of their lessons that they've learned and become members of our community, joining various organizations to help people out that need help in our community, to help people out that are struggling or having a hard time. And as a result, we have at our disposal quite a bit of resources that we can put in a good word for somebody if we so choose to see that they need help. Well, recently I met somebody online, and you know, they come across as all this stuff, feeding me all these things, and this isn't my first rodeo. You know, I've been around a few times. I've been used a few times. I've been in quite a few relationships, and I've allowed myself to be used, not knowing that I was being used till many years later. And as a result, I've started to recognize the signs of somebody who is a chronic user of the system, or user of people, or whatever it may be. And because of some of the things that I've experienced in my own personal life in the last few years, I have maybe missed out on a few opportunities in the last little bit, because, you know, I have my guard up because I don't want to get hurt again. I don't want to get screwed over again. I don't want to waste my life chasing after somebody who just wants the gold and not the relationship itself. Well, when you meet somebody online, sometimes you're looking for signs, looking for red flags before red flags happen, and you end up seeing things sometimes aren't there. So you give the person a few more chances, a few more tries, and eventually those red flags do surface, and they are real. They're not just something that you're looking for so you can say, ha, I told you there's another one, you know. In my life, as in my life, my mom's life, my dad's life, we never asked for help unless we really, really needed it. When we ask for something, it's not because we don't want to spend our money to get it. It's because we need it. We don't have the money to get it. We didn't have the money for Dad's medication. We didn't have the money for a mobility scooter for Dad 20 years ago, kind of a thing. You know, when we were homeless living in our vehicle, we would ask for help for places to stay, and we were turned down left, right, and center. We would see others getting help, you know, getting money, getting vouchers, staying in these fancy motels, and here we're sleeping in our vehicle because we don't fit the certain criteria that these organizations are looking for. And sometimes it got to us, sometimes it really hurt us inside, sometimes it caused us to think a certain way that may or may not have been right. But at the same time, when you see the same people over and over again chronically abusing the system because the system wants these kind of people to be on the system so they can keep handing out money left, right, and center and not have to, you know, so they can meet some kind of quota for being whatever it is they're trying to do. You know, we have pulled ourselves out of that. We have moved on from that. Unfortunately, my dad did not survive. My dad could not make it out of that. And, well, it has took a toll on, you know, my mom and I to have lived that life, and it cost us things in our life that we held dear because of where we were at that time. However, that's all part of life, is to pick up the pieces, gather things up, move on to something better, and try to make something more of your life. You know, we don't have piles of money by far. We don't have, you know, our bills are paid at the end of the month, and if we're lucky, once a year from, you know, YouTube, you guys' views on YouTube here, we're able to plan a little bit of a road trip and go see a lake or something. But those days of unlimited income, you know, a job, stuff like that, for me has passed, and I've had to adjust my living myself, and may or may not be doing so well doing that, but hey, that's kind of the way things go. When people come into my life and they start going down a certain way, kind of laying on a poor me kind of act, I try to share with them some of the places I've been, some of the things that we have all been through, trying to redirect their thoughts from whatever dark thoughts they're going through, and trying to show them that all they have to do is keep going on where they're going, and eventually it will get better. Things might get a little rougher at first. Things might get you know, but things will get a little better. Sometimes your own worst enemy is yourself, because you don't have a willingness to change. Sometimes you get stuck in a poor me type of rut where you think people owe you something because, you know, they're living in a fancy house, they're driving a Mercedes or whatever the luxury vehicle is. They got money to hop on a plane and fly to wherever. And here you are wearing, you know, 5, 6 years old clothes with holes in them, with just a few dollars in your pocket. But at the same time, that is the life you've been given. That is the life sometimes you have chosen to live based on the choices that you have willingly made. And those are the consequences of your actions, because at one point in the past you chose to go a certain way rather than going the way that, you know, maybe you should have gone. Sometimes you have to once again redirect yourself, pick up the pieces, and get back on track to where you need to be. But just a few thoughts that I had bouncing around in my head. Leave your thoughts below if you choose. If not, hey, it's great. Thanks for joining me on this here vlog, and as always, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.